Oh, Steve and Larson! Don't you dare be sour. Clap for yourselves and feel the power. Yes. And all you people out there, you're watching Going In Raw with Steve and Larson.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome to Going In Raw, the only podcast you need to be listening to right here, filmed live at twitch.tv/Steven Larson and available any place that you get your podcasts. We are available at VOD. We have Patreon, all the good bits here. And Smackdown, the season premiere of Smackdown is in the books. Larson, what say you?
I say, first of all, thank you, Enforcer, for filling in here. It is Lacey here's birthday. Happy birthday to Lacey. So
happy birthday,
Steve, Lacey. Took the night off and spent time with his wife. And Enforcer was kind enough to step in, kind of last minute. So thank you very much, Enforcer. I appreciate it very, very much. And indeed, we did have our season premiere of SmackDown tonight. All in all, a good show. There was this great bit.
I found it entertaining.
Yeah. It was the main event segment, especially after Jey Uso came out, was great. All the stuff between him and Roman has been really good of late. The New Day stuff was fantastic.
It brought a tear to your eye, and if you didn't, check to see if you got a pulse.
You got that right.
The other thing I enjoyed in there too was they're really hyping up Bianca Belair. Got that beautiful package in there. Mm-hmm. Well done, well produced.
Yeah, they really upped the production value there, man. Yeah,
they really did, especially since the last few weeks where it was just sort of like her just besting these jabronis at the Performance Center. But really, when you polished up everything that was going on with her and you put in that package, you can see why they would make her a star. Absolutely.
Definitely. Daniel Bryan was back. Got some hope there that there might be some light at the end of the tunnel for the Seth Rollins Rey Mysterio feud that's been going on seemingly forever. I was trying to think before we started. I know the Shield and Team Hell No had a thing. I don't recall if Seth and Daniel Bryan have ever had like a prolonged program together. I could look on Pro Fight DB or something, I'm sure. But I don't recall.
Doesn't really ring a bell to me. Yeah, if it was, it may have just been in passing to get them to another match or in a tag team where they were in different feuds. But I would love to see a prolonged a series of matches between those two. I was hoping that we were going to see that, but it seemed like once again they just continued with the Murphy, with Walter and Ray. It just seems like wholesale just moved everything there, inserted Bryan, and then we'll see. I mean, season premiere, you're laying groundwork, you're laying the foundation for what you want to build on.
You hope.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, right? Well, I'm thinking as a TV show, you keep telling me season premiere. You're going to give me some long-term story, right?
You hope,
right?
You hope they're laying a breadcrumb trail for you that you got to follow as the weeks unfold. This is WWE television. Doesn't always work out that way because like Seth has to get through Ray and he's got to deal with Buddy before he can deal with Daniel Bryan. So we're at least a month out from anything between Seth and Daniel Bryan, even if it happens at all. So.
And then by the time that we circle back around to it, we have forgotten that there was ever a in-ring interaction between Seth and Daniel Bryan to actually go back to. We've moved on. You are frozen.
Yeah, I just saw that in chat. My video has been giving me fits today, so I hope that's not a theme for today's show. But I fear it might be.
You're back.
Yeah, it's an easy fix, assuming Zoom responds to anything I'm doing.
Right.
So let's just get right into this. So the show opened up with SmackDown locker room on the stage. Triple H and Steph are in the ring. Triple H seemed to be in a bit of a frisky mood. He referred to Lars Sullivan as a super freak. I'm not sure that was necessarily the right approach, given the news that came out about Lars earlier this week. But
or Or he was just trolling all of us.
That could be it too. So they welcome us to the show. Triple H says premieres are exciting tonight. There's a little bit of something for everybody. He hypes up the main event, Braun and Roman, New Day's farewell match, and also Jeff Hardy versus Lars Sullivan. That's when he calls Lars a super freak, and he dances a little bit. Yep. Stephanie says Daniel Bryan is there too. And then Triple H starts naming off a bunch of the new faces on SmackDown, Kevin Owens, Aleister Black. But then without a segue, really, he just says, Sami Zayn's here, Otis is here, like they've been on the show like for a year, if not more.
Yeah, I know. It's just sort of like, hey, right, they've been here, right? Oh, wait, I'm not sure. Well, we've got Otis and, Sammy, and it just seemed like he was just sort of an afterthought. And I'll tell you, man, they even were on the pre-show. I was able to catch just a little bit of that, and her and Stephanie kickoff, and they seemed loose. They seemed actually happy to be in front of the cameras. I don't know if them sitting down before the show actually led to Triple H being a little bit looser when the show started and calling Lars a super freak and dancing a bit. Maybe that's just got his juices flowing a little bit.
It could be. I wonder too if maybe Vince wasn't in the building, and he was like the first SmackDown at Performance Center. He was super loose. Right, maybe if Vince isn't there, he's like, whatever, I'll just do what I want to do. I don't have Dad talking in my ear.
But you would think, season premiere. I mean, the old man's got to be there, right?
You think so? I don't know.
Or maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, I just enjoyed that beginning there. I'm sorry, Lars. I just enjoyed that beginning where they came out, and then we're going to go into Lars and Jeff, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So Triple H talks about Street Profits. They're on SmackDown now. They get attacked by Roode and Ziggler, and then everybody just starts brawling. There's brawl everywhere. Goes to the ring. Owens takes out Aleister and a couple people with the cannonball off the apron. Montez takes out Roode and Dolph with a tope, and that's when Lars hits the ring. By that point, Apollo Crews, Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Kalisto are the only people left in there. He takes them all out except for Sami, who hightails it out. And then Jeff Hardy comes out and hits Lars a couple times, sends him out of the ring. And then we get our first match of the night.
Yeah, then we get it. With Jeff Hardy out there with the green and black lightning pattern T-shirt there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's got that. I wonder if he's got those shirts in every color combo imaginable. He just grabs that, then he paints his face.
I think so.
I really wondered. Yeah.
I wonder.
And the other thing, this began the evening of special guests in the Thunderdome. Because when we had Jeff Hardy and Lars Sullivan circling and beginning it, then that's when they showed good old Double J, Jeff Jarrett sitting there.
Great?
Ain't he great? Don't piss him off.
And then we had Mark Henry, Goldberg, Keith Lee was there in the main event. Gosh, who else was there?
There was that Rob Stone who won the 24/7 title. He was there.
Yes.
Ric Flair.
Yes.
Popped up there.
The tag match.
And and then there were, when we circle around to it, it seemed like they were getting into the cameos as well. Looks like 'cause they got Ken Jeong, Joel McHale, and all that.
Yeah.
At points as well. And it really seemed like they were hyping the synergy that they have with Fox Sports, because they were grabbing all the college football dudes, much like how last year when they started this, they sort of went away from that integration being on Fox. Hopefully that does continue, because if this is supposed to be your wrestling show, it would nice to actually have some analysts actually discussing it, as feeble as they were trying to actually talk, because you and I, being wrestling fans, knowing the business, and then they're picking Braun Strowman to beat Roman Reigns tonight. Get the hell out of here, dude.
Yeah, they're probably handed scripts to say that. Just here, take this. Country Strong, he wins. All right, I'll say that.
Country Strong. Yeah.
I'm guessing they don't know any better.
That's what it was.
Speaking of strong people, Lars Sullivan took on Jeff Hardy. The end result of this match wasn't much in doubt, because Jeff Hardy's going to the other brand. They still seem to have high hopes for Lars Sullivan despite his missteps on social media. It was a fun enough match, I guess. Lars dominated for the most part. Jeff got some offense in here or there, hits a twist of fate, starts going up the top for a swanton. Lars basically no-sells it. Grabs him off the top rope, freak accident. Lars wins. And then they did a close-up Double J. Ain't he great?
Yeah.
In Thunderdome.
One thing I wrote here was this was a borderline squash match. Essentially, but it's okay because Jeff Hardy, of anybody, he's well established. He can eat pins, and he can still be a viable for an IC title, even any sort of program you put him in. He can win. But yeah, you are enhancing Lars, so it makes sense to make him look strong. But here was one thing that, because you talked about Jeff Jarrett afterwards. They went back to him, and he looked very displeased about what he saw. They had said in commentary that Jeff Jarrett was supposed to be, or is supposed to be, on SmackDown next week or in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I missed that.
So I wonder if that sets up Lars beating the crap out of Jeff later on down the line to establish Lars even more.
To make him more of a heel.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you what, though. If Jeff Jarrett comes out with a slapnut shirt and a guitar and Lars takes him out, he might have some face heat with me.
If he has those old yellow glasses right there, those things going.
Oh, and I froze again.
Please bring that up.
Of course, this is
ain't I great?
Ain't I great? All right, I apologize.
That's right. All right, everybody. It's not Steve and Larson. It's just the enforcer here with you now, and then we're gonna move on.
My apologies. Anyways, with that we had.
Hey, listen. Technical difficulties, everybody. Don't worry. Let's move on.
I know. We'll get through it. Next, we had that Bianca Belair video package that was really well put together. It was really well produced. It was great.
Phenomenal.
It was great.
Phenomenal.
And then we had a really great match, 6-man tag match, the New Day's farewell. The New Day taking on Sheamus, Cesaro, Nakamura. Steve was texting me during this, and it was like he just realized as this was happening that not only was this the the New Day's farewell, we got the bar reunion here too.
The bar reunion, yeah, and that was an amazing little bit. This match was rough in a few spots, but they were trying to do a lot of stuff here. But it was well done. You had 5 people that really know each other. Xavier Woods coming back from an injury, still trying to find his legs, I think, also. And it was just spot after spot after spot, and just callbacks and bringbacks and new moves. That move that Xavier Woods did, where he did that squat with Big E on his shoulders, and then throws him on top of Cesaro. I think it was Cesaro. That looked that was amazing.
That was fantastic.
And the promo beforehand, man, when they got emotional there,
that was great.
And I really felt that promo. What I felt was it was just 3 friends that we've seen grow together, just talking real and knowing that they weren't going to be together. They got choked up a bit. The other one felt the other one getting choked up. They stepped in to give them a respite so they wouldn't be blabbering. I thought it was beautiful.
It was
beautifully
it really
done
was.
there.
It was beautiful. It was genuine. It was heartbreaking because you can tell these guys, this is hard for them to do. You know, they've been on the road
absolutely
6 years together, a vast majority of that spending pretty much, I would guess, most of their time together, and to have that all gone now, it's got to be a huge change for them.
And the way that they said, you know, there would be Sunday mornings in Macon, Georgia at a Waffle House, just talking about their kids, and Big E talking about his TV, you know, and it was just really like, I know that they're going to see each other because you can't really move around all that much, and they're all streaming and they're all friends like that. But once we get back to touring, at least Xavier and Kofi are together. I think Big E is, you know, is probably going to feel it a little bit more. You know?
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
But I really hope that this clean break, not a beatdown of Xavier and Kofi by Big E. I'm glad that wasn't it. They left on good terms. You do you, we do us, and then we'll meet down the road. Yep. I thought it was well done.
That's exactly how they needed to do it. We don't have to go beat for beat through the promo. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend watching it because it is heart-wrenching. It's super emotional. It's super genuine. These guys, you could tell, love each other. And while this is a new opportunity for everybody, it's got to be, at this moment at least, a bit bittersweet. You got to hope this leads somewhere down the line in the not-too-distant future with Big E holding up that Universal title, and then that's when we get our reunion. Like, they can tease stuff. Like, if they're going to do brand versus brand stuff for Survivor Series, these three gentlemen should not lay hands on each other. Like, maybe they turn around, they're crossed away from each other, like, we're not going to fight. Step back. We'll fight anybody else on Raw, or Big E will fight anybody else on Raw. New Day will fight anybody else on SmackDown, but we are not going to fight each other. Otherwise, don't have them cross paths until that moment where Big E holds up that belt. Kofi and Xavier come down the ring to celebrate with him.
Absolutely. I thought probably the only time they should ever even be in the ring, or the next time we see them, in the ring, is actually about the middle section of the Royal Rumble. And those three come together. They all hit their moves. Mm-hmm. They all do the hip wiggle. New Day rocks, get everyone nostalgic for it. And then, unfortunately, someone will get bumped out or tossed down. Then we just carry on. But that would be a good moment. But before that, never shouldn't lay hands.
Here's something maybe to think about. So one of the most important parts of Kofi's story on his way to win the title at Mania was the New Day helping him. And they literally fought to get him to that spot at WrestleMania. Yeah. I'm happy you brought up the Rumble because ideas popped in my head. What if they kind of do something comparable where they're all in there and like maybe Big E's been in there for a bit. He's going on a good run. They're in a position where they can help him win. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, where he's like gassed in the corner because he threw out somebody, let's say whoever the big opponent, the biggest heel on Raw, he had a big drag out fight there, and then boom, then here comes Xavier, here comes Kofi, and then Big E's just gassed, and they just say, "Get up in the corner, and we got you, brother." And then in comes Xavier, and then they're all shielded. That would be a great moment right there, man.
Some good stuff there. But it was really emotional.
Absolutely.
They were recounting some of their moments. Big E had a good line. He says, after 6 years, they finally found the one thing stronger than the power of positivity, the WWE draft. He could have just easily said WWE corporate offices.
Vince.
Yeah, Vince. And there was a good bit from Kofi saying that in 2012, when Woods and E approached him about the New Day, is like Kofi said, I was thinking about walking away. And you pitched me this idea. And he said, we've had some moments, but more importantly, he met the two best friends in his life. He considers them family. And that's when they were all really on the verge of this waterworks. And Woods all right, we're here to get this done one last time. We got a brief Nakamura, Cesaro, Sheamus interview backstage talking about how they felt being in this match. And, of course, being heels, they all relished the opportunity to send New Day packing. Match was great. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Shinsuke looked amazing coming out there in that robe, that flowy robe that he had. And whatever Big E was doing in the ring when they were coming out, Big E was had his legs in the middle ropes, and then Xavier and Kofi on either side. You just see legs just spread out, just bouncing.
So good. They were doing that on the ramp earlier too, during the intro of the show when Triple H said something like, "Hey, a New Day farewell match," and Woods and Kofi were holding up Big E, and he was, kind of shaking his legs at him.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. I love when he does that.
But I'd never seen that where they incorporated the middle ring
the
rope there to do whatever they were. I'd never seen that before, so that was actually awesome right there.
That was so good.
But yeah, that match, as well as the promo, if you go back watch this match, it's got a bit very unique and moves that are going on. And once again, Cesaro, man, I swear, I'd love to see him in a G1. I'd love to see him in a main event. Cesaro, to me, can do no wrong. I could watch Cesaro wrestle all day.
He's
amazing.
He might be the most versatile wrestler in all of wrestling. He can just wrestle with anybody. He can put on a good match.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And you could tell the New Day were wrestling as if they weren't get this chance to do it in a long time, because they left it all out there.
Yeah. They they left it all out there. And even at the end, they had the big embrace. They popped up the microphones that were there to hear him say, you know, I love you. You guys are my brothers. Gonna hold it down. It was great.
Yeah, it was
great.
fantastic. So
and then, yeah.
Go ahead.
And then they went to backstage to talk with Otis afterwards.
Oh yeah, I can't do it.
And
like
he
Macho
didn't even
Man.
get a word. Oh yeah.
It's better.
And then he didn't get one word in until Sammy came in there. He basically said that you know, you're a loser. Everyone leaves you. Tucky's over at Raw. You lost Mandy, and guess what? You're gonna lose that Money in the Bank case too.
Yeah, you're gonna lose the lawsuit.
And he just pushes him down.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose a lawsuit.
And I love
pushes him down, and the audacity that Sammy had.
I like that Sammy falls. He gets up. He's doing.
Yeah. It's like he's looking for a ref. Like what?
I know it's super.
What's going on
super
here?
Over the top. It was pretty damn funny. After that, Daniel
Hostile
Bryan.
work environment.
Daniel Bryan comes to the ring for a promo. Yes. He says he's excited to be back. Yeah. He puts over Thunderdome, puts over the matches tonight, some of the new talent. One name he didn't mention, however, new to SmackDown, Seth Rollins. Of course, this brings Seth out. And he said he's thrilled that Bree let Daniel Bryan off daddy duty to come back to work and share the excitement of Thunderdome. But baby brain might have gotten to you, Daniel, because there was one name you left off. Me.
Yep.
And so Seth essentially makes a pitch to Daniel Bryan.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, makes a pitch to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan calls the greater good dumb. He says it's kind of dumb. He says you look dumb.
Kind of dumb. Yeah.
with your blazer with no shirt.
Yeah, you look dumb with your blazer, no shirt underneath.
And they actually had a good back and forth.
And his pants were flooded too, man.
Yeah. And they actually had a pretty good back and forth for Seth as well.
You know,
it's not dumb.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, no, well, come on, man. Yeah, it is a bit. Come on, man. It's a bit dumb.
No, it's not dumb.
But I thought, like, when Daniel Bryan came out, he really gave off that sense when he was putting over the new acquisitions of the GM, Daniel Bryan from early on SmackDown in 2016. You know, Land of Opportunity Bryan. That's what it really seemed like right there. But. And I was just thinking, oh no, is he just going to come back to just basically be a GM? But no, once he got physical and then they laid into him.
Yeah, there was some physicality there. Seth got tired of Daniel Bryan calling him dumb, hit him, lays in some kicks. Daniel Bryan hit the clothesline, some yes kicks. Seth retreats, and then Ray and Walter, Dominic, come down the ramp. Seth's trapped. He goes back to the ring. He's like, hey, Daniel Bryan, let's work together. Daniel Bryan says, not my problem. Peace out. Murphy hits the ring.
Deuces.
Yeah, deuces. Murphy hits the ring, and he kind of positions himself between the Mysterios and Seth, just long enough to think, well, I know they had their issues on Raw, but it's a new start on SmackDown. Maybe they'll join forces. No. Buddy lays him out, hits him with a running knee, sends Rollins out of the ring, and then afterwards, Buddy extends his hand to Ray and then Dom. They both refuse to shake it, and then they leave. So Murphy has to earn their trust.
Right. Evidently, yeah. Even though I guess he's in a relationship currently with his daughter, he's going to play I guess Dom is playing the overprotective big brother still, and Ray's not trusting of it. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes.
Hopefully it won't go for much longer.
I kind of think yes, exactly. I was about to say I really hope this thing runs out of gas here soon, because I just hope they were all brought over to button it up and then move on.
I know. I hope Ray gets healed up by Hell in a Cell. They have their blow off, and then I don't know, on an episode of SmackDown, Buddy Murphy can beat Seth. On they go. You know.
Yeah,
that would be great.
On a wild card finals version of SmackDown.
There you go.
You know?
Man, they got to bring back wild card finals.
Wild card finals, man. I tell you, even if it's not in Vegas, just put up like on the video board slot machines and the annoying ding 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 when you go into a casino. Just pump just a little bit of that in there so that we can feel like we're at a wild card finals.
I think that's a great idea. That's all good stuff. Agreed.
I
totally
love that.
Agreed. After that, Street Profits versus Bob Roode and Dolph Ziggler. Street Profits got a little bit of a picture-in-picture promo And then I look down for a moment. I look up, and the ref's calling for the match to end. I guess Bob Roode and Dolph were beating up on Montez in the corner past the 5 count.
Evidently that's what it was. And then, they went to break with the Profits dancing about. By the way, the Solo Cup explosion that happened when they came out looked phenomenal there. And Dolph and Roode got the jobber entrance, man. They got the entrance during the commercial, and already an afterthought after you got traded over, man.
I know. They're trying to remind people that they're relevant, and that's why they, I guess, ended the match in a DQ.
I guess that.
That frog splash that Montez hit on Bob Roode and Dolph, man, it looked like he was like 10 feet in the air. That was insane, the height he got on that. Absolutely insane.
I was actually jotting down some things, and then I looked up, and then I could have swore I heard says Montez from the top rope, and then I look up a second later, and he's still going higher and then coming down. I'm like, where the hell did this dude come? Was it like an Aerostar move? Did he come from the fucking rafters? Oh man, but yeah, that was an amazing, and then he does the old Ultimate Warrior rope trick there again, gets everybody hyped.
Oh man, yeah, he's got the best frog splash. So I'm guessing we'll see this match at Hell in a Cell. Street Profits should win that easily. Right. I mean, if they're already giving Roode and Dolph the jobber entrance on SmackDown, that doesn't bode well for their chances being tag champions. I say that now though, but that could change because we've got about a week and a half till Hell in a Cell. After that, Sasha and Bayley contract signing, hosted by Scrap Iron, Adam Pearce.
Scrap Iron out there.
This was pretty good. I appreciate that Bayley didn't sign.
Yeah, I was going to touch on this. It was like, how does Sasha or Adam Pearce, since he's known to get people to sign things, how does pen come to paper for that? Actually, in the comments, anybody give me some ideas. How are we going to get Bayley to sign that contract for Hell in the Cell there? I think there could be so many ways that it could happen. Like there could be like I know there's no fans there, but like she has to sign for some sort of thing, and underneath it is the actual contract there, or if Adam Pearce has to persuade her with an extra caveat in the Hell in a Cell match for her to sign, something like that. You know.
I wonder if Sasha's going to beat up Bayley and put the pen in Bayley's hand and sign it for her.
Yeah, there you go. She puts her in the in her submission. Yeah, she's knocked out. And
sign, I'll let go.
Exactly. Sign and I'll let go. Yeah. As I hear in chat here, they're saying that we're going to get a visit from Postman Pete, probably, or Scrap Iron is just going to forge Bayley's signature.
I mean, I wonder if they're going to go down the same road they did with Roman when he came back. Where he wasn't signing the deal, wasn't signing the deal. I mean, I don't think Bayley's going to do the same thing where she's going to go into that match when it's most convenient for her. But I do appreciate that they're just not doing the same old contract signing where they both sign it, they beat each other up, tables are tossed out of the ring, chairs are broken. It's a different tact, and at least for last couple contract signings, they're doing something different.
But I do like the fact that Sasha really laid into Bayley and basically gave her cry face. You know,
so bad that Bayley just got up and left.
Yeah, saying the thing where like when you got left behind in NXT, I was the first one to call you, and you're just like, ooh, she's just like, oh no.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just digging into you when your best friend actually wants to lay into you. She's got all the dirt, and that's exactly what she did. She's just totally like, look, man, I'm about to blast you right now, and everything you know is the truth, and you just got to sit there and eat it. Like, oh man.
Yeah, I like that stretch where he's like,
and then
that was good. Where she said, when you got left behind NXT, I was the first one to call you. I was the one that brought you up to the main roster. I was there when you won your first title. We were there together, tag titles, SmackDown titles, so on and so forth. Bayley had a good line. Saying, Sasha, you've been waiting to turn on me this whole time. I just beat you to the punch. Which, if you go back and watch everything, you could easily make that case.
Yeah, Absolutely. It's like every time that Bayley was in a match when Sasha did not have the women's title, she'd have that thing around her waist. And then she'd have staring at the title when she'd look it up.
Yep.
All that stuff. All these are callbacks. All these, and that's one thing that this is probably the one fight in Hell in a Cell, other than Roman and Uso, just because of the storytelling that's going on, that I'm most excited for in Hell in a Cell. Absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, I think Sasha and Bayley are going to put on something special in Hell in a Cell. It's going to be next level stuff. So,
absolutely.
Bayley grabs her chair, her title. She takes off. Sasha calls her a coward, says, when you're locked in Hell in a Cell with me, there's nowhere for you to run, and you'll sign that contract one way or another. So I'm hoping next week that's kind of the through line for the episode, an overriding arc through the next week's 2 hours of SmackDown. I believe it's the go-home show, where either Pierce, Sasha, some combination thereof, is trying to get Bayley to sign that contract.
Thank you for telling me about SmackDown next week, because I saw early on in the Jeff Hardy match that SmackDown next week, probably because of the World Series, is on Fox Sports 1.
Yes, that's right.
Next week. So yeah, so make sure if you're watching SmackDown, you turn it over to Fox Sports 1, because it's not going to be on Fox proper.
Yes, set your DVRs as necessary.
Yes. And you have been warned.
Yeah, you've been warned, I'm sure. WWE has done a horrible job of making note of that. They should have been saying that for weeks on end.
Oh, absolutely.
Let people know, because the ratings next week are going to be garbage. Speaking of garbage, this next match wasn't garbage. Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. These two guys know how to beat the hell out of each other.
Absolutely.
A fun match, and the angle afterwards was yet another masterstroke from, I don't know if it's Bruce Pritchard, who it is writing over there at SmackDown, putting these Jey Uso, Roman Reigns segments together. Really damn good. Braun and Roman, they beat the hell out of each other. They fight all over the place. Not quite the level of destruction that we're used to. We did get to see something new from Roman Reigns, though. He won with a submission. I think I can count on one hand the number of submission moves I've seen him employ during his WWE career. He hits.
I think I've seen headlocks for rest holds, about it, but usually he's eaten the sleeper hold to get in the rest. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him apply a rest hold.
I saw him do a single leg crab once. I could be wrong. Anyway, so he hits Braun with a spear towards the end. Braun kicks out, and Roman goes for another spear. Braun catches him, goes for a power slam. Roman escapes that, locks it on a guillotine. And usually when someone locks on a guillotine, they get popped up, dropped on their face, on their stomach, or something like that. It seems like there's always an out. Like, I can't think of the last time I seen anybody won a match with a guillotine. But it looked like Roman had that thing sunk in good.
Yeah, I was telling you I had some TV troubles around this time, and I get back with a guillotine cinched. Like, it looked like, as Michael Cole was saying, the fool was turning purple.
Yeah.
He didn't say fool, but he said Braun was turning purple. I'm like, man, he's got it in there tight. And he said that Braun tapped. I don't even think Braun tapped. I think they just were like, no, he's out. Yeah. He's out. He's gone.
So Braun tries to power out, run Roman to the corner. Roman doesn't break the hold, and then Braun fades and just passes out. Yeah. And then the real fireworks
begin. Quick match too, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it was about 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
the real fireworks begin next. Jey Uso comes out to the top of the ramp. Braun starts getting up. They really take their time with this, and it worked out really well. Jay's pacing on the stage. Roman tells him to watch. He hits Braun with another spear, and then he tells Jey to get your ass down here. Roman goes and gets a chair from Heyman. And Roman tells Jey, I need to be the one on top to feed our family. He says, at Hell in a Cell, this is going to be you. If I can do this to Braun, just imagine what I'm going to do to you. And so he takes the chair, hits Braun with it a few times. Refs, producers, you get Pat Buck, you get Jamie Noble. They're down there to break it up. Roman just kind of essentially shoos them off. Hits Braun a few more times. Jey gets up on the apron, then slowly into the ring. Roman drops the chair. Says Jey is embarrassing their family, and it makes no sense while you're trying to get to my level. Roman kicks the chair to him, turns his back, hit me.
Beautiful.
And invites Jey to hit him. Jey struggles with it, drops the chair. Roman turns around, just smiles at him, and then Jey clocks him, super kick. Then he gets the chair and starts wailing away on Roman while saying, you love me, I love you too. Such good stuff. Such good shit.
That was so good. Yeah, saying it, when he was saying that I love you too, Usos. He's swinging it on Roman, and it's just like, wow, man.
Yeah,
like,
it's powerful stuff.
It is, man. It is, and I'm just, yeah. This is. I never thought. Honestly, Larson, I never thought I'd see the day where I'm looking forward to where they are going to take a Roman Reigns storyline and where does this go. Because they've actually got me intrigued now, man. It took them, it took a pandemic. It took years and years of just fucked up booking and stops and starts and shit that made no sense for actually me to care about Roman Reigns, you know. And hats off to him, man. Yeah, I'm enthralled.
In pretty short order, they've managed to, since Roman came back, to make him a really interesting character. They put him in a really interesting story that's really personal. Feels personal. Yeah, makes sense. Feels genuine. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So Jay is wailing away on Roman. Some refs, producers come in, pull Jay off. As they're holding Jay back, Roman hits him with a Superman punch, and then kind of he's really dismissive of Jay, disappointed. That's really what it is. He's disappointed. Says, "This is really your last chance. I'll have to turn my back on you now."
Man,
Roman is going to beat the living hell out of
in
Jey
a cell
Uso.
out of him.
It's
I know, so lame. Sorry, guys.
It's going to be uncomfortable to watch. I hope if they do it right. I know I said that going into Clash of Champions, but I guess Jey Uso said in an interview we talked about it on News Brief that the people backstage like this story so much they're prolonging it. So I know Roman said, I said countless times that there's going to be real consequences this time. So
and there's nowhere for Us to go. There's only going to be one referee in there to try and help him stop this beatdown. You're going to have Heyman there. How's Heyman going to play into this as well? And there's never have I really ever cared to the point to think of the nuances of Roman storytelling, but he's got me here. He's got me as a believer. I never thought I'd see the day where I would be saying this to you. Never did.
Yeah, it's been really good, and like I said, the how quickly they've managed to really establish Roman in this new character and just make it so damn good.
Yeah,
is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm really wondering where they got the kernel of this idea. Was it Heyman bringing it to Roman, saying, "Hey, I got an idea. Maybe we could do something here"? Was it Bruce talking to Vince? Was this from Vince?
Yeah.
Was this the one good idea that he's had? You know, his last swan song? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It'd be interesting to hear the genesis of this particular character.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait for the day when Conrad says, "Bruce, who booked this not shit?"
Yeah. What the fuck? How'd you come up with something so good?
How'd you come up with something so riveted? Chat me up.
Chat me up, Bruce. How'd you come up with the angle so good? Roll Tide. Anyways, let's answer some questions. I just realized I didn't put a Patreon question thread up. Oops.
Actually, I think I think there was. I think I did see that go up. So I will check the Patreon, see if there is one.
Let us see. Oh, look at that. Steve did put it up.
Look at that. Steve actually working when he's not here. Look at that. He today is the hardworking Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot.
There you
Steve
go.
Here.
Thank you,
we
Nightbot Steve.
That.
Thank you, Nightbot Steve. All right, Dr. Lipkin
You're
over here. Dr. Lipkin over here on Twitch says, for the Rumble, Kofi should be preparing his recovery spot. See Big E in danger, then eliminate himself to save Big E. That would be cool.
Absolutely.
Hugh Longheavy says Big E gets the Money in the Bank briefcase. Kofi and Xavier Woods face the Raw champ and someone in a tag match. They focus on beating down the champ. They still lose. Big E cashes in, wins the belt. He is now on Raw.
Oh.
Entirely possible.
Yeah, but I would like to actually see what Big E does solo for a while because it's deserved now. I'm not saying that New Day holds him back. By far, they do not hold him back. They enhance him, but you know, as I think someone said, you know, funny doesn't make money in wrestling, so you got to go ahead and actually You know, I want to see the old, I don't want to say like, you know, the serious 5 count Big E back in the day was just murdering people.
Yeah.
I'd like to see a form of that with the lighthearted Big E from the New Day.
I think there's a balance that can be achieved between a more serious Big E while not having him, you know, just be one-dimensional serious guy, you know? Because far too often when WWE decides to turn someone face and serious, they're just kind of boring. And we know that Big E is not boring.
Not at all.
And I don't want to see him be boring, forced to be boring.
You know what? It's almost like what they did with Roman. They made him a face, they made him boring, and they made him just paint by numbers. If Big E can avoid that, just stay the strong dude who's got the quips, who can, when he needs to, turn on that mean streak. And then when the bell rings, can jack up a full, but when it's done, cutting promos like a Drew McIntyre right now.
Yeah,
you know?
I think they've done a really good job with Drew in terms of having a face that's not boring. He's not a pushover.
Yeah.
He brings the fight. He's not reactionary. He's actually a well-developed character.
Right. I got one here from Wolfpack for Life. What can you do to make Lars Sullivan anything but generic monster like he has been since debuting in NXT? This is sort of the reverse of what we were talking about with the face, where it's just a one-dimensional face who has no personality. This is the evil version that has no personality. I think you gotta put a mouthpiece to him, actually.
Yeah.
Because even though he can talk, but I think that sense of someone else being his mouthpiece and just the sense of destruction, faction him up with somebody. I mean, that's the only. That's
if you put a manager with him, maybe to humanize him a bit.
Yeah.
That he's just not all monster.
Yeah.
But they probably won't do that. They'll just have him like destroy a bunch of people and hope that his level of destruction will get him over, like it worked for Braun. I don't know if Lars is up to that level.
And unfortunately, it's probably going to be like a Ryback situation. Just, you know, he's just going to have a gimmick, feed me more beat up jabronis, but not have anything more than that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Born to Run here, right here, man. Make Lars Sullivan the new sexual chocolate. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
Appreciate
it. I like this question. War Machine, MJ, and Kayfabe. Why does the atomic drop not cause a disqualification? Because you're not hitting them in the front area. It's supposed to be on like the tailbone or the area between tailbone and front area.
So in the gooch. So if you hit him in the gooch,
in the taint,
then that's legal. In the taint, the taintus area, then, then you'll be fine.
It's not in the man bit, so they're in the clear.
Let me see what we got.
Keir Inksley says, "Who would you guys have face Roman for the Universal Championship after Jey Uso?" Well, you got some good options. You got Kevin Owens. You got Daniel Bryan. You know, it seems like SmackDown. Rey Mysterio.
Got Ray.
I think Ray would be a really good choice, actually.
Depends on where they go with Buddy. If he's face heel, maybe to sort of get a one month, stretch it out a bit, maybe something there. But yeah, Ray probably would be somebody, because you think you had to be a face. KO, I don't think they want to feed KO to Roman yet.
Probably not.
Because you want to sort of establish him a bit more. Ray sits right there with that Jeff Hardy. He could eat a pin, but he's believable if he actually does win.
Yep.
So totally. I think Ray possibly could, and then Dom sort of maybe. Ray sort of just has Dom there, you know, to actually eat the big things to make Ray seem like, you know, the father who's fighting for his son.
Yeah, they can kind of do a repeat of the Brock Dom Ray storyline, which was actually pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think actually kind of hearkening back to Brock moments with Roman could be effective, potentially. But at the same time, I know they seemingly want to keep similarities between the two, especially as it relates to Paul Heyman. You know, they want to keep this iteration of Heyman distinct from the Lesnar one, it seems. I guess why he talks in a whisper.
Yeah, and he doesn't say, doesn't do the intro for Roman, which, by the way, I jotted something down. I hope they continue this on where they were giving you their bona fides as they were being introduced. Royal Rumble champion,
yeah, I like that.
2-time Universal champion, greatest Royal Rumble winner, Intercontinental. I'd like to see more of that. Build that sort. You're already dimming the lights. You're already making a moment. Why not build on? Okay, why are these two fighting? Actually, tell me what they've accomplished. I like that.
I did too. I thought that was really good. I thought that was really good. I'm happy you mentioned that because that was really cool. That they put over both Braun and Roman's bona fides.
I got one from here from Big Chris on the Patreon. By the way, what is that? $1 a month gets you access to leaving a question.
You got
for
that right,
Patreon. So yeah, head on over to Patreon. Bunch of different tiers. $5 gets you the bonus shows. Great content. I love the content that I get today. Dropped a classic 10 for the win.
Thanks, Enforcer.
Absolutely. So we got one here from Big Chris. Which match should main event Hell in the Cell? Sasha versus Bayley or Roman versus Jay? It's probably going to be Roman versus Jay. But honestly, probably should be Sasha and Bayley because that's had much more longer of juice building in there. But Roman and Jay is skyrocketing.
I'll say this. I feel like WWE really wants to do Roman Rock at Mania, and if that happens, that's your obvious main event.
Yeah.
So whatever blow off Sasha Bayley have should be at the Rumble. No, because they're gonna have a match at Mania. Sasha and Bayley should main event at least one pay-per-view between now and WrestleMania, assuming Rock Roman is happening. If Rock Roman doesn't happen and Sasha and Bayley have a Mania match, that match should main event. Sasha Bayley, that is.
Okay. All right.
Because
if
it's happening at Mania, that's going to be their blow-off. They'll have something crazy in store. They'll have something in mind that would, make their NXT TakeOver Brooklyn match, look like like wrestling training essentially. And that match is brilliant. I love that match so much.
Is great. If there's anybody that has not seen Sasha Bayley Brooklyn TakeOver 1,
so good.
That is a phenomenal match that you guys need to go back. If you plunk down your cash for the network, go back and watch that. Even if you've watched it. If you haven't watched it in a few years,
check it out.
Especially with these two about to fight again, check that out,
it's
man.
So good.
It was great. Yeah.
Fear and Loathing. I want you both to captain Survivor Series teams, but instead of picking wrestlers, you're picking different sodas.
Oh, okay. All right. So are we doing 4 on a team or 5?
I guess 5.
5. Okay.
All right. There's natural rivalries that we gotta employ here, Enforcer.
Okay. Well then, damn. You see, because if we're going with cola, there's Coke and Pepsi, but I am RC Cola. I am an RC Cola fan. If there's something there, but because brand supremacy, okay. If somebody gun to my head, if it's Coke or Pepsi, I'll take a Pepsi. I don't know how you feel with Coke.
I was always kind of more of a Pepsi person myself, but you took Pepsi. I'll go with Coke. They're the institution.
Okay.
Relative to the young upstart that is Pepsi. All right, we got the cola rivalry down.
All right.
Now we need our lemon lime soda rivalry.
Lemon lime, yeah. I'm gonna go for the underdog here, Sierra Mist.
Wow.
I actually like the Sierra Mist.
Wow.
Yeah,
Go with youth.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the institution. I'll go 7-Up then.
Gonna go 7-Up. Okay. All right. What about a fruit flavored?
Good
one. Shit. Okay. I'd probably have to go for a fruity kind of flavor. Orange Fanta.
Okay.
I'm gonna take orange Fanta.
All right. I'm gonna go Grape Crush.
Ooh, there you go. All right.
We got two more spots. Wild cards at this point. Oh, root beers.
Yes. Root beers. Oh. Dads.
Good pick.
Taking Dads. Yeah, Dads. Slow right behind it. A and W for me, but
Yeah,
I know that
I was
other
always
ones
a
out there.
Muggs. Is Muggs still a thing?
Muggs is still a
All
thing. Barks also, because Barks has bite.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
right.
that too.
Oh.
And if I've got one last spot here, give me the twang of the Dr. Pepper,
wow.
baby.
And then I'm gonna go with the pure energy of Mountain Dew then.
Ooh, man.
Those are some great teams.
The Dew, yeah. Pepsi, Sierra Mist, Fanta, Orange, Dad's Root Beer, Dr. Pepper. Man.
I got Coke, 7-Up, Grape Crush, Muggs, Mountain Dew.
Oh man,
That's a hell of a battle.
Dude, that is main eventing any corner of the globe.
You got that right. You got
Thank
that
you
right.
for that question, by the way. That was a great question.
Great.
I like
that,
that
great.
one.
You know, my favorite question we've ever gotten still came from you.
Oh yes, if you could actually be have the spirit of a belt, like what would you actually be?
That was so damn good.
Yeah, yours was great. Like, you say, hey, listen, man, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. Brock has this belt. It just sort of lays in the corner. Just let me stare at the land. That was the best one. That was great. And I felt that. It's like, and then you were like, yeah, you're just gonna sit there. It's like, I could use a nap anyway, Steve. That was great. It was the greatest one, man. Of course, he's like, yeah, let me get the other one. And then you start going in there. It's like, oh, Ric Flair is by his dingus.
Yeah.
All this other stuff. You're like, oh man.
Don't want that. Just I'll rest on Brock's mantle. God, I love that question. That was
exactly. That was a great one. There you go, man.
Ed Fries, what if there is no Bayley versus Sasha at Hell in a Cell because Bayley refuses, and this keeps pushing the match back as she will wrestle anyone but Sasha? It's a possibility. I don't know. I feel like though, if they're advertising this match, Vince has this thing where he's not going to advertise a match if it's not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. The only time he'll do that is if like there's an act of like God, or if there's like a measles or mumps outbreak or something like that, and he's forced to change his hand, let me see here. I've got one here. Oh, Christopher Rampersad here, and this, this sort of eluded us here when we were talking about Roman. Wow, this version of Roman Reigns is the best? ? How great was Roman choking out Braun? Could that be a new finisher?
Yeah, I think I would not be surprised we see that at Hell in the Cell. Is he puts Jey Uso to sleep?
The way that he cranked on him, Braun, that basically established that could put down anybody.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's vicious enough looking to where it's believable that you would knock somebody out that way. So if it is, I'd love it. I'd love to see that. I think every person, especially if you're up in the upper echelon, even if you're just in an upper mid card, you should always have a finisher that is a pin and a submission.
Agreed.
Or at least there's ability to where if you put somebody in it, there's a chance that they could tap or they could actually eat that pin. I really think, because remember with Jericho, man, like he had the walls and now he's got the Judas effect. But if you were to put somebody in the walls of Jericho now, you'd believe that they would tap it with it because it's been established.
Yeah,
exactly.
Totally. I mean, like Okada has had. He's been using the Cobra Clutch. He calls it the money clip of late. I think of the G1. Even before that, he had a submission finish.
Yeah.
Early in his New Japan run, of course, there's always the Rainmaker.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Jericho's a great example because he has like 5 different finishes potentially. This is a good question from Alex Foster. Power rank still the reasons the rest of the locker room started fighting in the beginning segment.
Well, since it was a season premiere, they had laid out this beautiful spread of catering in the back.
Yes.
Had everything, had the most succulent of prime rib. They had the turkey that was moist. They had everything going there. But what happened? It showed up late. And they had to get out there to shoot that first thing. And everyone was intoxicated by the smell of it. Everyone is just smelling. They were like just licking their lips like, oh, man. Oh, yeah. And then they just realized, I need to beat everyone's ass here to get back there to be the first one to the guy cutting down the prime rib, because he's giving that first cut, the big thick one.
Oh, yeah,
so that's why they were back
with all
there
the
fighting.
seasoning on the end.
All the seasoning on the end, where
so
it's just
good.
every bite is just a flavor explosion.
Oh, it's so good. See, I don't think I could top that, but it does involve prime rib, of course. So I'm gonna go the opposite extreme.
Okay.
So by the time that opening segment happened, everything had been eaten. Everything, all the catering gone, all the prime rib, all the turkey, even all the vegetarian options, all gone.
Oh no!
And so everybody's out there, everything. Everybody's out there, full tummy. They're a little sleepy, but man, it went through the grapevine that someone ate the last piece of prime rib, and it like it goes through the grapevine. And everybody's like, no, I saw this person do it. No, I saw this person do it. No, for sure, it was Seth Rollins. And so they go out there on the stage, and everybody's like, everybody thinks that everybody else ate the last piece of prime rib.
It was you. No, it was you. It was you. No, it was you. Yeah.
And so as soon as they give an excuse to fight, they're going to fight over who ate that last piece of prime rib.
They're all heated. They're all heated. And in their mind, they're just seeing that Big E when he was licking that piece of that thing right there at Daniel Bryan. Oh yeah, everyone's just having that going like, oh, it was one of you guys.
Oh, that was so good.
That's what it was. Oh man, that was great.
So that's type of stuff with Big E we can't lose, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's like we need to still have that comedic edge to him, but still the viciousness of him. That's what we talk about, not being one-dimensional.
Exactly.
We don't want to have Lars be that way. Roman's not that anymore. Stop putting these people in their box and keeping them there. You gotta give them more, man.
Exactly.
More but better.
What made that bit brilliant with Big E was not just he was licking a piece of meat. He was doing it to Daniel Bryan. He was talking trash. He was talking trash to Daniel Bryan by licking a piece of meat. Brilliant. Jorge D, would you rather have Roman hate you or be disappointed in you? It's disappointment. Disappointment's way worse.
Disappointment. It's like when your dad would come up to you. It's like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And that stung more.
Oh, my dad didn't have to say a word. He gave me a look, and I knew exactly how he felt.
My dad would give me a, hey! That unapproving dad just, hey! And then you're just like, oh, shit. All right, yeah. Because my dad wasn't the beat. He was military, but he wasn't the physical one. Fortunately, my mom, Hispanic, loved anything around a spoon, a chancla, whatever you needed, to keep you in line. But dad was more of a, hey, fucking do that, That was about it.
No, my dad would just give me a look, and I knew that was worse than anything. He just gave me that look, and I try as I might, I can't replicate it. Because it was one look that just spoke volumes, but I knew if I saw that, I was in deep shit.
Yeah.
Deep shit.
I like this one here by Major Frost here. Why doesn't Forrester have the same social handles as Steve here? I am Steve here. There's Steve, and I'm here. Steve here.
It all adds up.
No problem.
All adds up. O-Dog says, next pay-per-view is Roman versus Jimmy, then Roman versus Rikishi, then Roman versus Tamina, leading to Roman versus Rock at Mania.
Oh, I think we may have gotten a raid here.
Oh.
I think. Where did my thing go? Did I lose it? There was a raid here, right, guys? Or are you guys just yelling to raid?
Oh, the Sweets. The Sweets raided us. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, the Sweets.
Thank you
right
so
on.
much.
Oh, thank you. Well, listen, just for the Sweets, I'm not normally here. You want Steve, but Larson is always here. Larson is the man. Yeah, that's Larson there. We appreciate the raid. Thank you so much. We're wrapping up our SmackDown recap with some questions. Always good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. For
That's
raiding.
so
We
awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much, the Sweets.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Broken Wheelchair says, do you think Otis pushing Sammy down leads to a program between these two that involves Otis cashing in on him, or is Otis for sure losing that briefcase to Miz? Miz is on the other show. I don't think it's a certainty he's losing the briefcase to him.
I think that's the pull plug in case of emergency to get it off of Otis and then not involve the main title to have it be. I think they're just laying groundwork just in case they have to pull the plug on Otis having the Money in the Bank briefcase.
I don't think they have any idea what they want to do with it right now. So
exactly. So they're just trying to see what sticks here. If there's something that Sammy can pull out of it to do something, then I see, because who does Sammy challenge here? Season premiere, Otis stands right there. You're probably going to have something go there anyway.
Maybe they're going to do something where instead of Otis, maybe they're going to use a potential, at least a program for the Intercontinental title with Otis as a means to legitimize Otis now as a single star, because like I know enough about Big E. He's been on my television for long enough for me to know, even if they don't do anything else with Big E in terms of making him super serious, I know he can get to that level when he needs to. I've seen it plenty of times in the course of his career. I think legitimizing Otis as something more than just, oh yeah, is far more important if they have any designs on him cashing in. Did my thing freeze again?
Yeah, your thing froze. But yeah, I could see like that would be the only, because at this point, as much as I love Otis and I've loved Otis, comedy gimmick, not much more to it. At least when he had Mandy, there was some sort of, story going along with him having Money in the Bank. Now, him just having Money in the Bank and them just sort of spinning the wheels and really not doing much with him, I wouldn't doubt it if we go through a whole year and he just fades into oblivion with having that thing and he just forgets to cash in.
Maybe he thinks the contract's in there, but he put his lunch in there instead, and so he tries to cash in. Contract's not in there.
Or like they could be like 1 month away from the other Money in the Bank thing, and then they talk to Otis. Otis, you haven't cashed in yet. What's going on here? And he's like, I'm waiting for my opportunity. Yeah, and then he opens it up and realizes it's not in there, and then there's a month-long thing of him trying to find it, and he runs out of time. Yeah, he ate the contract by accident, says O-Dog, yeah.
I'm just trying to do something I think has it right. Big E could be like Kurt Angle, comedy outside the ring and a beast in the ring.
Absolutely.
For sure, man.
Absolutely,
He's so dang good. All right, Enforcer, thank you so much. I appreciate you stepping in here.
No problem.
And it's always a pleasure doing a show with you. You're the absolute best. Thank you so much.
It's always fun to hop in here and actually take live fire from chat here. The 222 people watching along with us. So glad to be here. And like we said, Steve and myself tomorrow, Unsolved Mysteries. And of course, we're going to have, you two are going to have your news briefs and everything. This is just happy birthday, Lacey.
Yes, happy birthday,
Lacey. He went out
there
to handle this. So it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. And I'll see you guys around next time, man.
Thank you so much, Enforcer. Thank you, everybody here that joined us here on Twitch. Stick around for a few minutes. We'll answer a few more questions. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.